What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you're trapped in a loop? Every morning, the same routine. Brush teeth, check phone, drive to work. Like a program running in the background of your life. But you never chose this program. Nearly a century ago, a mysterious teacher named Gurdjieff stunned the world with a disturbing revelation. 99% of humanity isn't truly awake. We're sleepwalking through scripted lives we didn't write. Look in the mirror. Who do you see? Gurdjieff's first shock. Your entire personality, your very sense of I, is a fabrication. A prison built around you since birth by society, family, education. A false self that isn't truly yours. And it gets worse. You're not one person. You're a crowd. Conflicting I's battling for control. The I that promises to exercise tomorrow fights the I that reaches for cake tonight. The I that loves peace fights the I that craves drama. You're literally at war with yourself. This knowledge was so dangerous, so threatening to those in power, that the FBI took notice. Why? Because a society of truly awakened individuals would be impossible to control. They monitored Gurdjieff's teachings. They feared what would happen if people broke free from their loops. But here's where it gets personal. Right now, you're paying a devastating price for staying asleep. Your relationships suffer. Your potential remains dormant. Your life passes while you're stuck on autopilot. The question isn't whether you're in the loop. The question is, how deep does your loop go? And more importantly, are you ready to break free? Gurdjieff discovered 3 distinct centers of intelligence within us: mind, emotion, and body, all operating independently, uncoordinated. While science now confirms this 3-brain theory, most of us still function with these centers in conflict, when they could be working in harmony. So how do we escape? Gurdjieff's most powerful technique, self-observation, is deceptively simple, yet revolutionary. Not casual introspection, but a radical shift in awareness, watching your thoughts, emotions, and body, as if from the outside. Next came non-identification, the practice of creating space between you and your experiences. When anger arises, instead of saying, "I am angry," you notice, anger is happening. This tiny shift creates freedom where there was bondage. Declassified FBI files reveal agents were dispatched to monitor Gurdjieff's teachings in America. Why such interest from the highest levels of government? Because these simple practices threaten something profound: control over human consciousness itself. Today, technology accelerates our sleep. Studies show the average attention span dropped from 12 seconds in 2000 to just 8 seconds today. Shorter than a goldfish. We're devolving while believing we're advancing. The stakes have never been higher. Gurdjieff's most powerful tool, the Enneagram, maps the invisible prison and escape route simultaneously. This 9-pointed symbol contains secrets of human consciousness, encoded in sacred mathematics. It's a key. The FBI files, described as potentially disruptive to established order. One practice shocked Gurdjieff's students: the stop exercise. At an unexpected command, you freeze completely, physically, emotionally, mentally. This instant disruption reveals the autopilot controlling your life. A simple technique with revolutionary potential. So what happens when not just one person, but thousands awaken? The FBI knew. Power structures crumble. Industries built on keeping you asleep collapse overnight. A new reality emerges, one where humanity steps into its fullest potential. The question isn't whether Gurdjieff was right. The question is, are you ready to find out? In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the exact practices the FBI monitored. Simple techniques you can use today to begin breaking your own loops. But first, a warning. Once you see the loop, you can never unsee it. And that glimpse of freedom might be the most disturbing or liberating moment of your life. Gurdjieff revealed that we possess not one, but three distinct centers of intelligence. The intellectual center, thinking; the emotional center, feeling; and the moving center, doing. Most of us operate with these centers in constant conflict. Your mind says exercise, but your emotions resist. Your body craves rest, but your thoughts drive you to work. This internal war exhausts your energy. The FBI documents noted this insight as dangerously empowering. The recognition that our internal fragmentation keeps us controllable. But when these centers align, a state Gurdjieff called self-remembering, something extraordinary happens. You experience a rare moment of complete presence. Athletes call it the zone. Artists call it flow. For most of us, these moments are accidental and fleeting. For Gurdjieff's students, they became intentional and prolonged. Think of your life as the Truman Show, a scripted reality you've mistaken as genuine. The false personality isn't just a psychological concept. It's the character you've been playing while the real you remains dormant. Your habits, reactions, even your tastes, how many are truly yours versus programmed responses? Here's where it gets uncomfortable. In the digital age, our false personalities are being strengthened like never before. Social media algorithms reinforce our loops, feeding us content that keeps us reactive, divided, and most importantly, asleep to larger realities. The first technique to break the loop is radical. The stop exercise. When a signal is given, you freeze completely. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Not just your body, but your thoughts and feelings too. This instant disruption reveals the autopilot controlling your existence. Try it now. Completely freeze for just 5 seconds. Now the second technique, self-observation. This isn't casual introspection. It's creating a new center of gravity within yourself that can witness without judgment. Right now, try observing your thoughts as if they belong to someone else. Notice your body sensations, as if studying an interesting object. This simple shift creates freedom. The third technique, non-identification. When emotion arises, instead of saying, "I am angry," practice saying, there is anger arising. This tiny linguistic shift creates space between you and your temporary states. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the awareness behind them. These simple techniques were described in FBI reports as having concerning implications for social control. Why? Because a person who can observe themselves becomes harder to manipulate. Your reactions become choices. Your triggers lose power. You step outside the scripted loops that have run your life. The Enneagram, Gurdjieff's most powerful tool, is not just a personality system. It's a map of your prison and your escape route. This 9-pointed symbol encodes the mathematics of consciousness itself. Each point represents not just a personality type, but a specific trap of attention and a specific path to freedom. Gurdjieff described consciousness not as on-off, but as a spectrum with distinct levels. Most humanity operates at waking sleep, functional but unconscious. With practice, you can ascend to self-remembering, where you maintain awareness of both yourself and the world simultaneously. Higher states exist beyond even this. Unlike most spiritual teachings, Gurdjieff insisted, you don't have a soul. You must create one through conscious labor and intentional suffering. This isn't punishment, but necessary resistance, like weights in a gym. Every moment of conscious effort builds your true self, while mechanical life dissolves it. Modern technology accelerates our sleep. The average attention span has dropped from 12 seconds in 2000 to just 8 seconds today, shorter than a goldfish. We mistake information for understanding, connection for relationship. Our fragmented attention weakens our consciousness while strengthening our false personality. So here's the urgent question. How much of your life has already passed while you were asleep at the wheel? How many conversations, sunsets, moments with loved ones were you physically present for, but consciously absent? The tragedy isn't just that we sleep through life. It's that we don't realize we're sleeping. In one of his most controversial teachings, Gurdjieff suggested something disturbing. Our mechanical suffering serves as food for the moon. Our unconscious energy feeding larger cosmic processes. Whether metaphorical or literal, the implication is clear. Something benefits from keeping humanity asleep. Something resists our awakening. Declassified documents reveal the FBI maintained files on Gurdjieff's teaching, particularly the Enneagram. One memo noted, if widely adopted, these practices could fundamentally alter social control mechanisms. Another warned of unpredictable societal implications if these methods spread beyond small groups. The fourth way exercise. For the next 60 seconds, try this. Simultaneously observe your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. Don't control them. Just notice all three centers operating. This simple practice begins harmonizing your fragmented consciousness. I'll pause for you to experience this now. What if our individual awakening isn't just personal? Gurdjieff proposed that human consciousness affects the cosmos itself. Each person who breaks free from mechanical existence contributes to a global shift in awareness. We're witnessing this acceleration now, a critical mass approaching what some call the Great Awakening. The consequences of mass awakening would be earth-shattering. Power structures would crumble. Industries built on keeping you asleep would collapse overnight. From education to entertainment, from politics to religion, systems designed for sleeping humans would become obsolete as people demand authenticity and direct experience. You now stand at a threshold. Behind you, the comfortable, familiar sleep of mechanical existence. Before you, the sometimes challenging but infinitely more alive state of awakening. The question isn't whether Gurdjieff was right. The question is, are you ready to test his methods and discover for yourself? In the next section, I'll reveal Gurdjieff's most powerful practices, the exact methods the FBI monitored and documented. You'll learn how to use the Enneagram to map your specific prison and escape route. You'll discover techniques to harmonize your 3 centers of intelligence. And most importantly, you'll begin the practical work of awakening. But remember, once you see the loop, you can never unsee it. And that glimpse of freedom might be the most disturbing or liberating moment of your life. So ask yourself now, are you ready to wake up? Welcome to the crossroads of awakening. In part 1, we revealed how humanity exists in waking sleep, trapped in loops of mechanical behavior, fragmented consciousness, and false personality. Now we'll explore Gurdjieff's practical methods for breaking free, techniques so powerful they drew scrutiny from the highest levels of government. Let's begin with Gurdjieff's most powerful tool, the Enneagram. This ancient symbol isn't just a personality typing system. It's a mathematical model of consciousness itself. Each point represents not just a personality type, but a specific trap of attention and a corresponding path to freedom. The FBI files noted the Enneagram's potential to disrupt predictable behavioral patterns. Why? Because understanding your type reveals your specific mechanical loops. Type 1 loops in perfectionism. Type 2 in people-pleasing. Type 3 in achievement. Each type has a unique path to freedom. But first, you must recognize your prison. Beyond personality type, Gurdjieff revealed that we possess 3 distinct centers of intelligence: intellectual, head; emotional, heart; and moving, instinctive, body. Most of us overuse one center while neglecting the others. Finding your dominant center is key to balancing your consciousness. Head types overthink, but struggle to feel or act. Heart types are emotional, but may lack clear thinking or physical groundedness. Body types are action-oriented, but may miss deeper meaning or emotional connection. Identify your dominant center. Do you live in your thoughts, your emotions, or physical sensations and actions? Gurdjieff developed extraordinary movement exercises, often described as sacred dances, to harmonize the 3 centers. Unlike ordinary dance, these precise movements require different patterns for your thinking, feeling, and moving centers simultaneously. This creates a state of unified consciousness, impossible to achieve through meditation alone. Declassified documents reveal FBI agents infiltrated Gurdjieff's movement classes in the 1950s. Their reports noted, subjects demonstrate unusual neurological integration and resistance to hypnotic influence after practicing these movements. The agents expressed concern that these practices could render standard psychological influence techniques ineffective. The first practical technique is self-observation, not casual introspection, but creating a new center of gravity within yourself. Try this now. As you listen, observe your thoughts, emotions, and body sensations simultaneously, without judgment. Notice whether your attention gravitates toward thoughts, feelings, or physical sensations. The second technique, non-identification, creates freedom from emotional reactivity. When strong emotions arise, practice saying, "I am not my anger. I am observing anger." This isn't suppression or denial. It's creating space between you and temporary psychological states. Try it with an emotion you're experiencing right now. The third technique, the stop exercise, instantly breaks mechanical patterns. At a signal, like an alarm on your phone, freeze completely, physically, mentally, emotionally. Hold for 10 to 30 seconds. Notice your posture, your thoughts, your emotional state. This interruption reveals the autopilot running your life and strengthens your conscious presence. The fourth technique, intentional suffering, involves voluntarily embracing necessary discomfort for growth. This isn't martyrdom, but conscious challenge, like weightlifting for consciousness. Examples include cold showers, fasting, digital detox, or holding a difficult yoga pose while maintaining full awareness. What resistance might you lean into today? The fifth technique, transformation of negative emotions, turns psychological lead into gold. When negative emotions arise, neither express nor suppress them. Instead, observe them fully while remembering a larger truth. This creates a third option beyond reaction or repression, the conscious use of emotional energy for awakening. The sixth technique, self-remembering review, involves mentally reviewing your day backward each night. Notice when you were mechanical versus conscious. This practice strengthens memory, which Gurdjieff called the most deficient faculty in sleeping man, and reveals patterns in your automatic behavior, creating opportunities for intervention. The seventh technique, recurring alarms, builds your remembering muscle. Set random alarms throughout your day. Each time one sounds, immediately. 1. Stop internal dialogue. 2. Observe all three centers. 3. Notice your surroundings. This simple practice gradually extends your periods of wakefulness, like interval training for consciousness. The eighth technique, conscious labor, transforms ordinary activities into opportunities for awakening. Choose a daily task, dishes, walking, eating, and perform it with complete attention. Notice the sensation in your hands, the sounds, the emotions that arise. This practice breaks the division between spiritual practice and daily life. The Enneagram contains two fundamental cosmic laws, the law of 3, triangle, and the law of 7, hexad. These laws govern all processes of transformation. By tracing the symbol in the correct sequence, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1. You internalize this mathematical relationship and begin to understand how consciousness transforms through precise stages. Gurdjieff distinguished between false personality, the conditioned self, and essence, your authentic core. Personality asks, "What will they think of me?" Essence asks, "What is true?" Personality seeks approval. Essence seeks understanding. Through self-observation, you gradually distinguish between what's truly yours and what's borrowed and imposed. The problem of multiple I's creates constant contradiction. The I that sets your alarm isn't the I that wakes up. The I that promises differs from the I that must deliver. Begin noticing these shifts. Now I am the impatient I. Now I am the critical I. This observation gradually creates a more permanent observer that unifies these fragments. Declassified documents reveal the FBI's growing concern as Gurdjieff's methods spread across America in the 1950s. One memo noted, "Subjects exhibit rapid dissolution of conditioned responses previously relied upon for behavioral prediction models." Another warned, "These practices may render standard social conditioning ineffective with unpredictable societal implications." In our digital environment, Gurdjieff's warnings about mechanical existence are more relevant than ever. Social media algorithms are designed to manipulate your attention and emotional states. Try this experiment. For one day, when using technology, maintain self-observation. Notice the urge to check notifications, the emotional reactions to content, the physical sensations that arise. Gurdjieff distinguished between ordinary knowledge and objective knowledge. Ordinary education fills your mind with information, but leaves your being unchanged. Objective knowledge transforms your level of being itself. As he provocatively stated, knowledge and understanding are quite different. Only understanding can lead to being, whereas knowledge is but a passing presence in it. Gurdjieff outlined distinct states of consciousness: ordinary sleep, waking sleep, most humans, self-remembering, objective consciousness, and higher states. Each state isn't just a different perspective, but an entirely different reality. The tragedy isn't just being in waking sleep. It's believing there's nothing beyond it. Have you experienced brief moments of heightened consciousness? One of Gurdjieff's most provocative claims was that human unconsciousness impacts the cosmos itself. Just as one factory worker sleeping at their station affects the entire production line, human unconsciousness creates cosmic discord. Conversely, each awakened individual contributes to cosmic harmony. This isn't mystical philosophy. It's about energetic responsibility. Gurdjieff offered a practical understanding of human energetics, describing us as a three-story factory that transforms coarser substances into finer ones. Physical food produces physical energy, but also emotional and intellectual energy when properly processed. Emotions can produce higher intellectual function. Conscious attention generates the finest substances, while leaking attention through worry or fantasy depletes our highest potentials. Recent scientific research offers surprising validation of Gurdjieff's methods. Studies in neuroplasticity confirm that self-observation physically restructures the brain. Research on interoception, inner body awareness, shows it enhances emotional regulation, exactly as Gurdjieff taught. Studies on default mode network disruption align with his stop exercise. Science is catching up to what Gurdjieff knew a century ago. For decades, Gurdjieff's teachings were monitored because authorities understood a fundamental truth. Mass awakening threatens existing power structures. A society of sleepwalkers is easily directed, easily predicted, easily controlled through fear and desire. A society of conscious individuals operates on entirely different principles, prioritizing awareness, questioning automatic reactions, and refusing manipulation. Every day presents countless moments where you can either react mechanically or respond consciously. These choice points, often seemingly insignificant, determine your development. As you practice self-observation, you'll notice these forks in the road more frequently. The choice is always the same: remain asleep in comfortable patterns or awaken to uncomfortable truth. Which will you choose in this moment? Gurdjieff taught that negative emotions contain enormous energy that can be transformed rather than expressed or suppressed. When anger arises, instead of reacting or denying it, direct your attention fully into the sensation itself, without judgment. This conscious attention acts as a transformer, converting lower emotional energy into higher awareness. This isn't therapy, it's alchemy. Gurdjieff presented a comprehensive cosmology called the Ray of Creation, showing how energies transform from finest to coarsest through different levels of materiality. Humans occupy a unique position in this cosmic structure, capable of receiving influences from both higher and lower levels. Through conscious work, we can become conductors of finer energies, serving a cosmic purpose beyond our individual existence. Gurdjieff emphasized two parallel paths of development: conscious labor, transforming external circumstances, and intentional suffering, transforming internal reactions. Together, they create a balanced approach to awakening. Many spiritual systems focus solely on internal states while ignoring external work. Gurdjieff taught that transforming the world and transforming yourself must happen simultaneously. Now we approach the most challenging aspect of Gurdjieff's teaching. Most of what we call spiritual awakening is merely a shift to a slightly higher level of sleep. True awakening requires shattering multiple levels of illusion. This is why Gurdjieff emphasized practical methods over concepts, because real transformation happens through direct experience, not intellectual understanding. The ultimate aim of Gurdjieff's system is uninterrupted consciousness, a continuous awareness that persists through all activities, even sleep. This isn't just mindfulness. It's a radical transformation that transcends our current understanding of human potential. Begin by attempting smaller stretches of continuous awareness. Can you maintain self-observation for 1 minute, 5 minutes? Gradually extend this capacity. In 1949, a classified FBI assessment of Gurdjieff's teachings concluded, if widely adopted, these methods could fundamentally alter social control mechanisms by developing individuals resistant to external suggestion. Another note warned about the unpredictable societal consequences if these practices spread beyond small groups. The question remains, why would methods of self-development attract such scrutiny? Today, we're witnessing an unprecedented global awakening. Despite attempts to keep humanity distracted and divided, millions are breaking free from mechanical existence. Each awakened individual becomes a node in an emerging network of consciousness, what Gurdjieff called the brotherhood of conscious humanity. This isn't metaphorical. It's a real energetic phenomenon with tangible effects on collective reality. An advanced Gurdjieffian practice involves becoming conscious within dreams, recognizing you're dreaming while dreaming. This skill develops through regular reality checks during waking life. Am I aware right now? How do I know I'm not dreaming? As this habit strengthens, it eventually penetrates dream consciousness. The implications are profound. If you can awaken within dreams, you can certainly awaken within waking life. The Enneagram reveals 9 fundamental patterns of attention and identity. Type 1 fixates on perfection, Type 2 on being needed, Type 3 on achievement, and so on. Your type isn't just preferences, it's your specific mechanical pattern and sleeping pill. Identifying your type reveals your chief feature, core delusion, and your specific path to freedom. Most spiritual systems offer one solution for everyone. The Enneagram offers 9 tailored paths. Gurdjieff taught that humans possess 3 fundamental energies. Sex energy, not just reproductive, but creative force. Emotional energy, and intellectual energy. These energies can transform into each other, but often in wasteful ways. Sexual energy dispersed through fantasy. Emotional energy wasted in worry. Intellectual energy squandered in useless thinking. Through conscious work, we can direct these transformations intentionally, creating remarkable capacities. One of Gurdjieff's most powerful exercises is divided attention, simultaneously maintaining awareness of your inner state and the outer world. Right now, as you listen to these words, can you also maintain awareness of your body sensations, your emotional state, the sounds around you? This division of attention is the foundation of self-remembering, a state beyond ordinary consciousness that connects inner and outer worlds. What happens when a critical mass of humanity awakens? Systems built on manipulation collapse. Education transforms from conditioning to consciousness. Work shifts from exploitation to creation. Politics evolves from control to cooperation. This isn't revolution, it's evolution. It doesn't require fighting against the old, simply embodying the new. Each person who awakens accelerates this process through their very presence. You now stand at a threshold. The practices we've explored aren't philosophy. They're technologies of awakening, verified across centuries. The question isn't whether Gurdjieff was right. The question is, are you ready to test these methods and discover for yourself Start today with one practice: self-observation, divided attention, or the stop exercise. Then remember, once you glimpse real freedom, you can never return to comfortable sleep.